Welcome back. I wanted to make a quick video that's a little bit off of our norm, and it is just about pro women's volleyball. I went to the Atlanta Vibe versus the Omaha Supernovas game here in Atlanta at Gas South Center. And as usual, I'm going to do this based on money. So my total spend for the evening out was $41. The ticket itself, I guess, could have been as low as $13 if I had gone to the door and paid at the gate. Wound up being $20 because I bought it off a Ticketmaster. But let's just get into it a little bit. So the Pro Volleyball Federation has the Vibe, the Supernovas, the Grand Rapids Rise, the Columbus Fury, the Orlando Valkyries, the San Diego Mojo, the Vegas Thrill, and then next year there's going to be the Indy Ignite, and they've announced the teams in Dallas and Kansas City. You know, it was overall a pretty good experience, and I'm going to go into why I think my $41 was pretty well earned in just a minute. But let's take a look back at some weirdness in attempts to make volleyball a pro sport. So there was the International Volleyball Association that played between 1975 and 1980. I think that was exclusively men. And Wilt Chamberlain was an owner and player. Apparently, he played for a long time some level of pro volleyball, which I didn't have any idea about. And there were teams like the Chicago Breeze and the Dallas Bells. I'm not going to go too deep into that right now because I don't have a lot of images from that. And that brings me to another thing. I have never seen this, but I have never seen it live. But I have been to the Philippines many times, and I really enjoyed seeing basketball there. And it looks like they have the Premier Volleyball League with teams like the Akari Chargers, the Tigo Crossovers, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, the Signal HD Spikers, the Creamline Cool Smashers, Gaz Angels, PLDT High Speed Hitters, Farm Fresh Foxies, Galleries Tower High Risers, the NX LED Chameleons, Capital One Solar Spikers, and SGA Strong. I'm not even sure if that's a team. My point is, when I've seen basketball there, and I remember distinctly, it was 2001. I saw the Hot Dogs take on the Beermen, and I really enjoyed that. It was a fun experience. I will say before I get into this game too much, there was it didn't look like they were having fun on the court all that much, but so some of the downsides. I've never been really into the back and forth sports like tennis and volleyball. It just seems like there's a limited number of options. There's not that many outcomes that can happen. It's not a contact sport, so there's the teams are completely separate at all times, and that just makes it a little bit more genteel, but maybe not quite so entertaining. Went into the game. It was a Thursday night. It was a cold, kind of unpleasant night that might have affected attendance, although I don't think attendance was all that bad. There was two. So one of the nice things about this volleyball is that there is not a lot of space required for the court. So there was a lot of space right there on the floor. Some of the seats, there were 8 sections of like a wraparound couch. Imagine a big wraparound couch at somebody's house. There were 8 of those on the other side. There were sort of high back chairs that looked like it was intended to be sort of a mixed drink kind of thing. And then, of course, there was the cheap seats where I was at, and it was easy to move. I bought the cheapest seat available, and I was able to move down like I always do into the better sections. I also saved money. I should say one of the reasons we're only at $41 is because I don't pay for parking. I usually go across and park at the Kroger, and nobody seems to care, and just walk. Part of my $41 was also there's a nice Italian restaurant close to the arena, and again, one of the things I've said is that there needs to be bars, there needs to be some fun stuff for before and after the game, and there's just not at this particular arena. But that's neither here nor there, and of course that's not the fault of the team. I will say another detriment was that it was super woke. There was a lot of a lot of, pomp and circumstance, I guess, before the game. They did sing the Lift Every Voice song, and it did feel like enforced speech to me, but, I think maybe the answer to that is just no singing before the game. And Lift Every Voice and the national anthem, they're not toe tappers. Lift Every Voice seemed like it was quite long, and then, of course, from my perspective, it just seemed like they were mailing it in for the national anthem. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. The overall experience, I thought, was pretty good. People don't seem to take in volleyball in the same way people take in a hockey game or a basketball game or any of those things. It just seemed like it was a little sedate. It was a little bit more sedate. The crowd, it was like when I went to a WNBA game. I get it. This is Taylor Swift. It's not meant for me. But, I wonder if they're going to be able to make it a good television product. So it seemed like there was plenty of opportunities for that. I've seen a little bit of their YouTube content, and it seems like they're doing a pretty good job. Again, there's plenty of space where you could easily have a big media center, and you could. They tried to bring some celebrity in, but there weren't very many people that I recognized. Anyway, so my $41 went to the meal and the ticket, and overall it wasn't too bad. I really, it's not something I would seek out again. But if you have female sports fans, or for whatever reason you just want to see that, I wouldn't dissuade you. Let me know what you think in the comments, and have a great day.